My name's Jason Jarrod. I'm an exercise scientist and an exercise physiologist. Every injury is unique and every fitness goal is unique. Work with me and you'll get the professional direction you need with your situation. Welcome back. So today I'm going to take you through a generic whole body home program that how many caveats can I put in here? That should be modified by you based on what we've already done together in the past. So for example, if I go out there now, which I'm about to, and show you a whole body squat, and I go all the way down and all the way up, you don't go all the way down, all the way up. I'm just showing you, well, if you can, you do. If that's the way we've done it, that's how you'll do it. But if we haven't been going all the way down like I'm about to show you, don't go all the way down. Just use the depth that we've done together. So just focus on the overall technique though. And for example, again, with a squat, technique is where are the knees, where are the feet? That stuff's usually the same. Where's the chest and shoulders up, and etc. But when it comes to depth or range of movement, always let your pain or discomfort be the guide. Remember, our number one rule really during exercise for you guys is how much out of 10 should the pain be? No more than 3. No more than 3 out of 10 for pain when you rate the pain yourself. That's your main thing, okay? If it hurts a lot, you just stop that movement and do something else. Best guide ever. So I'm going to show you this generic whole body program that gets everything, and you wouldn't really need to do much else. I don't like to waste time. These are compound exercises. Compound means that you're moving multiple body joints and multiple muscle groups. So compound exercises, it's whole body. I'm not going to throw isolation exercises in. Isolation being when you're moving only one joint and or one muscle group, which is sort of not a waste of time, but only when we're doing specific rehab stuff, we might do that type of work. Okay, so this is just going to be a whole body general fitness type program. Modify it based on what you know we've done in the past. And again, if you haven't done any of these before and it affects an injured area, might be best that you don't do it now. With that said, get in touch with me if you need any of this stuff to be modified for you, or you have any questions and you want to go more into detail with the specifics. As I mentioned in my previous video, we do have a telehealth service during the current crisis, which I'm strongly encouraging people so that we can help you get on track in the comfort of your own home. Massively valuable. I'll leave a link in the description below for that sort of stuff. Without any more hesitation, let's get into this whole body program. So here we are out on the clinic floor. It's been a while, I bet, for most people. The first exercise I'm going to take you through is our squat. Unfortunately, I don't have a lapel mic, so I'm using this old thing, so try to ignore this. I want to talk as I do the exercise rather than doing it after the fact, if you know what I mean. So, where are we? I'm not even going to edit this. I'm just going to go, I'm going to go full Jason. And not do much post-editing. Do you like my white socks? Aren't they beautiful? So we're doing a squat first. Squat technique. Now, my feet, I'll show you from the front first, shall I? My feet are about shoulder width, slightly wider than shoulder width, and they're turned out slightly. So as you're squatting down, so this is not all the way to the floor, as some quite fit people might do. It's a parallel squat, let's call it. The thighs are relatively parallel to the floor. My feet stay flat on the floor. This tempo or this speed that I'm doing is roughly the speed we do with all exercises. You can play with tempo a bit if you're more advanced. I'll show you from the side. And really with this exercise, we focus on the butt going back as you go down, coming up. Keep the chest. You don't have to keep your torso upright. In fact, you can't. That's not what we're trying to do. we're tilting through the hips. See, my upper body can tilt forward as long as I don't lose my back like that. So as much as you can, tilt through the hips. And if you can't go all the way down, like I just demonstrated, don't. Just go this far, that's fine. If that's what we've done together, just do that. If you've got wonky knees, you've had some sort of knee surgery, I'm already breathless, guys. Isolation. Whew. I mean, I've been working out, but not as much as usual, I'll be honest. Having the gyms closed has been a bit difficult. So, I shouldn't be breathless already. I should cut this out, but I won't. Okay, so tilt through the hips. If that's your range, that's your range. If you can go all the way down, because that's what we've been doing, you do that. Now, I'll stop there for a second. You don't have to do 3 sets of 10. That's the structure we use in the clinic. If you don't have weights, there's a couple things you can do for all these exercises. Personally, I don't find that very challenging, just doing 10 squats, and I'm like, well, I want to work out now. So if a lot of you feel the same, something that I very rarely do in clinic, play with this. Again, I don't recommend this for people who have knee issues, but you can do a squat jump, okay? And this is good for lower body exercises like lunges and that sort of thing. Bring a jump into the movement. So don't land with completely straight knees. We always keep the joint slightly bent. We never lock it, okay? We don't want to cause an injury. 3 sets of 10 on the bodyweight squats and that's enough for you, that's great. But if you're needing something a little bit more, particularly if you haven't got dumbbells or anything at home, you could do the squat jump. And see, I'm already a little bit breathless. I shouldn't be, but this isolation's taken its toll. So you could do 3 sets of 20. You can play with the reps as well. It's not going to be the same as what if you usually use a 6 kilogram dumbbell here with me, it's not going to feel the same doing squat jumps. So play with the reps. Just use that pain monitoring. Don't go overboard. Progress it gently. Make sure you're okay tomorrow, and then the next day you could go a little bit harder, okay? So that's squats. Overall, with body weight, that's probably your single best lower body exercise. Now, if you wanted to do one more, like I just alluded to, lunges. Now, where are we? Here we go. So you can walk lunge. My body stays mostly upright. You can turn around, so you can do, this is probably about the length of a lounge room. I don't know how big your house is, but maybe you can only step once. That's okay. You don't need much room. And if you've got quite a small room, say you're in your bedroom or study, you can just do this. My weight is through my front leg. The back leg's just balancing. I'm pushing through my heel. Straight up and down. See how my torso is upright? I'm not leaning forward. The most common thing we see is this. It's not wrong, it's just not what we want at this stage. It engages different muscles. We can do that as a different exercise. You can lean forward, but for this purpose, to keep torso upright, straight up and down, push all your weight through the front heel, but keep torso upright. You'll feel it, it's a good exercise. Now again, only if you've got no knee injuries, please, and you're a bit more advanced, more on a fitness perspective rather than rehab. You can do those. Beautiful exercise. I'm going to get real breathless soon if I don't slow down with this stuff. That's more of a plyometric type exercise. So play with that, introduce it slowly. Don't do a lot. You might feel fine now, but see how you go tomorrow. 2 best exercises. Seriously, if you did nothing else for this at this point, did the squats and the lunges or lunge jumps, you'd be pretty good. You're staying in shape. So it's going to get trickier. So we've done legs. It's basically everything from the waist down right there. Do you have a lower back injury, or have you had one? So if you have, or you do, we've started at maybe 6 seconds, 8 seconds. Planks need to be really short. If you haven't done them before, haven't done them in a long time, or you have a back injury, start with 8 seconds and build slowly. You could do 3 sets of 8 seconds, and what that would look like, I'm on my elbows, my upper arm is vertical, don't push back through the toes. I see this all the time. I'm on tippy toes, almost like a ballet dancer when they're standing. Okay, so my weight will push straight down through my elbow and straight through my toes. I shouldn't be pushing backwards so my feet won't slip because I'm just lifting. My feet shouldn't slip back. I'm doing something wrong if that happens. So again, if you have a lower back issue or you haven't done this before or for a long time, just start with 8 to 10 seconds, guys. Lift, hold it for 8 seconds, rest. And you can do it, you rest for a moment, say 20 seconds or whatever. Not too long. Another 8 seconds, and then you'd rest. Okay? So if that's not an issue, you don't have any back issues, you could start with about 30 seconds. Use a little bit of sort of common sense with what you think will be okay with your body. I would start about 30 seconds if you're otherwise fit. I think this is the best core exercise, the best trunk core exercise, personally. Got to take a bit of caution with any crunches, any sort of crunches through the midsection. They can exacerbate lower back injuries. I take a lot of caution with those. So that's your core exercise. We've done lower body, we've done core. Now we're going to do upper body. Really, we're looking at chest, shoulders, and back. So if I start with chest, classic one is push-ups. Well, I know a lot of people who can't do a single push-up, and that's okay. There's variations. I'll take you through a couple of them because this will be important. So, can you see me? Yeah. So I'm basically doing a push-up from the wall. So my hands are sort of apart here. I choose where I want to put my feet. How far away they are will determine how hard it is. Of course, if the feet are further away, it's harder. If the feet are closer, I'm basically standing up. So choose where to put your feet. And this is a fairly light push-up for me. Might be different for you, and that's okay. Okay. If you had a chair about this height or a bench, you could do push-ups here. So your body's a bit lower. The next level would be on the floor. That's right, I'm doing push-ups, aren't I? On my knees, so a knee push-up. And then if you can do whole body push-ups, whole body push-ups. And if you're even beyond whole body push-ups, I haven't done these in a while, so test me. You can do similar as what you do with squats and lunges with that explosive movement. I'm not going to cut this. I'm just going to tell you that now. I'm going to let you laugh or... So that's pretty advanced. I might have 1 or 2 clients who could do that, so please don't do that if it's not appropriate for you. You'll know if it's not. But I want to put all the progressions in there. Potential progressions for body weight. You'll be okay. Start with a wall. If you're uncertain, just play with it. Find something lower, play with it. This is a really good chance for you to experiment with your home program. It's kind of exciting in that way, because we have to pull something towards us to get the back activated. So this is tricky. What I suggest if you're using household items, most people probably don't have a rope type thing to hold on to, but you could use a towel. Drape the towel over, and I don't know what you're going to drape it over. That's where your creativity comes in. Hopefully there's something up high, a hook that you're not going to pull out of the wall, or hopefully there's something you can find to drape a towel over. That's why this one's the hardest one to sort of figure out. You'll see people outdoors at the moment using one of these around a tree branch. This is quite common because it's the best way to do your back. So it's a row. I've done this with this type of exercise with many of my clients. Just like so. So an alternative would be, I try to get my torso as parallel to the floor as I can. Use a mirror if you have to. This is for your upper back, not for your whole back, but more so your upper back. And don't let that shoulder drop like that. 10 to 15 reps on each side. It depends on the weight you use. So that's an alternative to this one. So they're probably the best ones for the upper back without access to other equipment. Now, shoulders are not as essential and also a little difficult without equipment. Today I'm not taking you through TheraBands, but it's difficult now, everyone's in isolation. TheraBands are a good investment for the home. Might be too late to invest in them, but if you have them and there's enough demand, I might make a program just with the TheraBands. Beautiful. So I hope you found this useful, guys. Please feel free to contact me directly if you need more help. And as I've said all throughout, modify these exercises based on what we've done together. Add that explosiveness to make it harder. This today wasn't really designed for you to follow along and do it as you go. This is more educational so that you know what to do when you're doing it. I might do a follow along one as well so you can watch it and do it while you watch. I don't know. I've never been a big fan of those, but I hope you go well with it. And again, please reach out to me if you need help. Okay? Take care, guys. Stay fit, stay healthy, stay safe.